Hello, this is Cityscape, a regular vodcast featuring people, place, and ideas that impact our community. I'm Dan West of the Livonia Westland Chamber of Commerce. Today we will learn more about the construction taking place here on the campus of Schoolcraft College. Schoolcraft College continues to evolve with construction of a Nino Salvaggio International Marketplace and another expansion of the Vistatech Center. The Nino Salvaggio project is a new construction of about 48,000 square feet, a store featuring gourmet collection of produce, meats, flowers, and more, and is scheduled to open this winter. It will be the 5th Metro Detroit location for the family-run operation that originated in 1979. Nino Salvaggio will also provide great professional experiences for students in Schoolcraft College's renowned culinary arts program. Also, Schoolcraft College further expanded its Vistatech Center this year with additional gathering spaces and parking to support its growing conference and event center. And here to talk more about these projects is Schoolcraft College President Dr. Glenn Cerny. Dr. Cerny, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to be here.
Tell us about the vision about adding the Nino Salvaggio that's under construction right now.
Well, it's been a chore because we took a couple of years to figure out how we can get experiential learning for our students. It's not just in culinary, but in our supply chain, our business programs. We want experiential learning across the board for all of our programs. So we set out to go through and identify different markets that would potentially locate on our campus. We originally were going to be on the south parking lot. That's where our original design was. And the concept was bring a real live store here, have our students work in the store in terms of internships, externships, and also be hired in the store. And at the same time, get the flavor of what it does, what it means to run a $40 to $50 million operation, where you're buying perishable goods every day in the Detroit produce market for $100,000, you've got to figure out how to get that from the distribution, from the wholesale, all the way to retail, and how to market that. So what better way to partner than to partner with somebody who's doing it in a very quality way, and that was the Nino Salvaggio family.
Well, and it works out well when you consider that Schoolcraft College is known for its culinary arts program. So to provide that type of experience, I mean, obviously the last renovation of the Vistatech Center did a lot to help the culinary arts program with the display kitchen and stuff like that. But talk about how Nino now takes that to another level, how it's a new experience for your students.
Yep. So it was the, first we didn't have the Nino Salvaggio go in the south parking lot. As you notice, it's in the north parking lots and it's right there. That was the brainchild of Leo Salvaggio, one of the co-owners. He said, if we're going to do Nino Salvaggio's, we want it next to the culinary. Okay. And the culinary house is obviously Vistatech. And so in order for us to do that, we had to do some kind of negotiating. And first of all, we needed to make sure we had parking, because if you're going to take our parking, which is extremely important, you got to replace it. And so they were gracious enough to, in the negotiation, to pay for our west parking lot, which is where you see. And it also created a west vestibule. So we now have multiple entrances into the Vistatech. And so in order for us to accomplish that, we created a little venue kind of coming in there. And it's actually opened up Vistatech. You can now see an information desk, whereas you didn't have that before. And it just gives the whole flavor of that operation a lot more freedom for people to move and for them to be able to congregate and to meet.
Okay. Now with the Vistatech Center, like I said, you put a good chunk of change into it a couple of years ago, and adding that space right now. Obviously, the parking on the front was a big add. Obviously, you're able to save it. But what additional type of spaces will be added at the Vistatech with this latest expansion?
So we got additional rooms for meeting, additional rooms for the information desk, and then places where people can communicate outside of a classroom. We expanded the ability, those classrooms that you see as you walk in, they were kind of hidden in the back. Sure. Now you have access to multiple ways, whether you come through the Main Street Cafe or you come through the West Vestibule, you now can access those in a much quicker fashion for the breakout sessions. Deponio is still Deponio, and so we'll continue to do that. We have lights now that actually work. Other than through a floppy disk. We had some old technology in 2001 that we got replaced, so we did that. But Vistatech is the meeting place. When you look at it, Dan, you know businesses right now, there's a lot of people working from home. And companies need to have a place to meet and to congregate and to collaborate. And that's what we do well at Schoolcraft. We want businesses here because we collaborate really well with businesses, but we want them here on our campus. And that's what Vistatech is all about.
Well, I look at the work that you've done in these last two phases, and even for us at the Chamber, there's less and less dates available for us to do our events with you. So obviously you're getting good response to what you've done at the Vistatech Center.
Yes, we are. It's a challenge now because we want to support everybody that comes in here. But the reason why we expanded Vistatech is because of that very nature. People want to be here. We want them to be here. What better way to come to Vistatech than to park in the building? I mean, because you basically are right next to the building now when you have the west parking lot, which is good. But more importantly, it gives a roundabout. We've created a little bit of a canopy now on the front entrance. You can see the windows. We were kind of hiding Vistatech, and now you can see them with the new canopy. So it's going to be exciting.
Now, Dr. Cerny, you're heading to your 6th year as president right here, and in the last 5-6 years, you're going to add the Nino Salvaggio, the 2 phases of Vistatech. You also added the Livonia Medical Center as well. Again, experiential learning for that. How has that gone the last few years, adding that building and your new health services center?
The medical center is off the charts. I mean, I can tell you, Rob Castello, president of Trinity, Michigan, Florida, and Georgia, and a lot of other places. He is ecstatic. He was our commencement speaker for this past graduation. And I can tell you, he said it's a home run for them, but it's a home run for us because our students get the ability to work in there. From a radiology standpoint, we've got surg tech, medical assisting, our nurses are in those. So that building is occupying a lot of good service for our community as well. I know that a lot of Schoolcraft employees have changed their physical addresses now to those doctors in those offices. So that's been great. And we've now got conversations about more that we're going to do with Trinity, which is great. That also spawned the ability for Trinity to fund scholarships, not only for our students on the nursing program or radiology or all the different healthcare programs, but for their colleagues. They've now got colleagues in the hospital or in their medical system that they send to Schoolcraft to get more training, and they pay for that, which is a great. We also have the same operation with Cornwall, and Henry Ford and U of M is all right in the stone's throw here, and so we believe strongly about community, making sure that our community's got the best healthcare, and I'm telling you, it does. I mean, with those 4 entities right here, it's providing a great service.
So you're seeing growth in post-secondary and professional development opportunities here at Schoolcraft with what you got offered here.
Absolutely.
And then for good measure, you expanded your athletic facilities offerings by adding 2 additional soccer fields in the past year. Can you talk about how that came to be?
Yep. We were going to do some other developments there, and it just didn't work out. And so when I talked to the Wolves and Hawks, and specifically the Wolves, Ed McCarthy, he can't get enough soccer fields. And we're also trying to build baseball field, but we don't have room for baseball, but we do have room for the soccer fields. So the 2 pieces of land that we put the soccer fields on were not being used. And so it was a perfect fit for them. They absolutely love it because they have 500 to 600 kids that are rec kids that play soccer. And it's not that they don't play good, but it's not at the same level as the Wolves tryout, the team. So they're excited about that. They're in the midst now of putting in lights because they paid for the whole thing. So, which is great because they get the benefit of it, but also our Schoolcraft teams do as well. So our Schoolcraft teams during the time of 8 to 3, they get to use it. So not only do they get to use the dome and the outdoor field there, but they also the outdoor fields. So,
Dr. Cerny, as you prepare for another new school year coming up right now, how are things looking for enrollment and programming this upcoming school year?
So thank you to Governor Whitmer. The Community College Guarantee is a huge success. Michigan Reconnect, huge success. Dual enrollment, another huge success. Now that I can't give to Governor Whitmer, that's Dana Pohanke, our senator, and Matt Colasar. Both of those guys were outstanding in getting those funds to us so that we can expand that program. 24% increase in enrollment from fall to fall, Dan. Okay. So that's pretty significant. We're starting to see students come back, and they are now, looking through, and we have to get wait lists unauthorized or get them open for new classes. So that's a problem that we're having, which is a great problem to have. Mm-hmm. I love parking problems. I love enrollment problems when we don't have enough courses to open. So we can do that.
So this fall, between student, staff, people going through PD programs, stuff like that, how many people will be regulars on this campus this fall?
So we'll have about, we're close to 9,000 students now in terms of credit students, but then you tack on another 10 to 12,000 non-credit. So you've got the PPL classes and the non-credit. And our non-credit is off the charts. I mean, it's like Taylor Swift concerts to, go in and get the, the pool. We have our adult population that hangs out at 6:30 in the morning, and even though we've got online, they're here at 6:30 getting into that pool. Okay. It's a big deal for them. But in fact, so much so that we had to make them a special day. We give them the first day before PPL regular registration, where they are taken care of. So it's a good thing. It's a good problem.
So as you get ready for another exciting new school year, Dr. Cerny, I thank you for your time again today, and best of luck with the new school year.
I appreciate it, Dan. Thanks for coming.
That's all the time we have for this edition of Cityscape. We thank you for watching today, and we'll see you next time.